Hey, what's going on, everybody? Kellen here. And, I don't really do reaction videos, but this one was sent to me. And I think that this is the reason why can prove to you guys you need to get the course Prepare for My First Trip to Africa, because a lot of what this woman said in this video could have been avoided. Sounds like she did not have all the information that she needed and contacts in Ghana. And it's not to, say, hey, you have to come through this portal or that portal, or you need to know someone. But what my course does show is you can better prepare yourself, because if she would have took this course and the stuff that I talk about, even with the vaccines, and if she would have did her research, she might not have went to Ghana. A lot of people have chosen not to go to Ghana during COVID because of their rules. Now, I want to play just a little pieces of this, bits and pieces of this, and I'm just want to show you guys what not to do and what not to say, no matter what type of time you have or where you're from. So, this woman, she goes on and on, doing her best accent from Ghana, of the people, which can, be kind of condescending. I don't know. But she talks about even the doctors and how, arrogant or pompous they are. Yes, I know that is true, not just for, doctors in Africa, but all over. Doctors, many of them, we work with them. I live with them. But, a lot of doctors can be pompous. Not everybody, but a lot of them are the end all be all in their field. But guess what? The doctors aren't forcing you in many areas to come to the hospital, and nobody forced you to come to Ghana. And I know that that was a terrible experience, the experience with you and your son, because I've actually had a sick child in the hospital, and I have gotten furious at the doctors too. The difference is how the approach was. The difference is, we always tell people, if you do your research, if you have some money, a lot of things can be different. But because if you come with your limited resources, in this video, she was complaining about having to pay $100 a night for her and her son, which you could have did research prior. You could have got a consultant beforehand to make some of this easier. Now, let me tell you, in Prepare for My First Trip to Africa, the course, I tell people, especially if they want to do one-on-ones, what, friends we can get them before they get there. So they can, before I go, and when we travel, sometimes we'll have, tens of thousands of equipment. I'm calling somebody as a consultant for, my team, for my clients. I'm calling to see what we can do to avoid some of the rigmarole when you get into customs. Africa is not heaven. There are going to be issues. There are going to be differences. But this woman's video showed her American privilege. It showed her ignorance of how Ghana works. My father-in-law had the same thing happen in Cameroon. He's a big man in Cameroon. But if you get COVID, yes, you have to go to the countrywide hospital or, state-run hospital, country-run hospital. That's what you have to do. And if you didn't know that, that just, that's your ignorance, and you have to chalk that up. But you shouldn't treat like $100 like you didn't have it on you, because you should have stayed home if you were that broke. Don't come to Africa looking at, I can rent a place, a hotel room for $12, $37 and think you go on getting over. You're probably not going to get the same thing that you get and accustomed to in America. Keep in mind, in America, folks, have all type of vouchers, some of them. People have, jobs that are paying for their housing sometimes, depending on what you do. You cannot expect another country to be like America. What the funniest part of this video, and again, I feel her pain because I've been in, again, when you have your children, it's a little different and you can be emotional. But the funniest part, she's like, you're violating my rights. You don't know Ghana law. And once you leave the plantation and Babylon of America, you can throw everything you know about rights out the door. Your rights are as much as you negotiate with whomever you need to pay, give what we call appreciation for the course, prepare for my first trip to Africa. Links in description again. But to say I'm held hostage in Ghana, I get it. For the views, you'll say anything. So I'm going to put the same title probably. Held hostage in Ghana reaction. But she just wasn't prepared. And the reason why, again, I don't know this woman from anywhere, but I do know that I don't want everybody coming to Africa. And Africa is not going to welcome everybody when it gets to that point where there's a mass exodus. What we can say is those who have studied and feel like and know their lineage and want to tap in and get unbrainwashed and learn something new, those people in much of Africa are going to be welcomed and they're going to succeed. But when you start doing videos like this and all you have is negative and now you got a little bit of attention, so you're going to run with it, right? In other videos that she talked about, and I don't know how genuine she is in Africa, because she's talking about recent scams in the Gambia. Everything, or a majority of the stuff seems to be negative. And again, Africa is open for everyone. No one can tell you who can and can't go. That's why the Mzungus and the Chinos have been there for forever. But a lot of you are coming for vacation, and you might want to look at it coming for a investor side. Look at the investor side of coming in Africa, because maybe you will do even more research. It does not hurt to have some help on the ground. And again, I'm just going through her videos because I'm like, everything can't be negative about Africa, but if you notice, that's what, really gets a lot of the views. You see Tanzania visa issues. See, this is the type of person, personally, I think should maybe go to Europe. Maybe they should go to, China, this and that. But this is the type of person, too, that, the manosphere would say run from, because when now you're heartbroken in Tanzania, this is why you're traveling with your son and not traveling with a man, because you are, you might be an issue for many men who could afford to go to Africa. And, I get that the negative stuff and the clickbait gets the views. I could care less about any of that, because we are educating our tribe and our people. And, it's just the way you look at things. Like, a lot of y'all who are into meditation heavy and got your crystals and try to kick that game like it's something new to people who, we were through with it before you knew what to do with it. Dolomite lines, right? You sound smart to people who aren't as informed, but you can use the certain language and the Pan-African, banner. But to really connect with Africa, you have to be open to erasing everything you know about rights, everything even about food. You've never tasted food so sweet. And that's my thing when I'm looking at, videos like this. Like, why don't I see anything titled Great Food, Great Connections in Ghana? Why are you not connecting? Roommate advice in Africa. Now, I don't want to be, disrespectful, but if you need a roommate in Africa, my goodness, you need to stay home. As cheap as rent is. Y'all have seen all the creators who've shown you $300 beautiful spots. We connect you with folks from Rwanda to Ghana to wherever you want to go for inexpensive rent, and you need a roommate in Africa. And I'm not going to clown nobody just to get views. Nah, man. But, she was looking for love, and she should have came through, the date doctor, KELLEN KASH. And could have got her hooked up, if her mind was right and ready for it. Because all we know are men in Africa looking to pay bride price and, get a partner who has ambition. You don't have to be just cooking and cleaning. Those days are becoming older and older. I actually have a friend, I can't say too much about the situation, but he was set engaged, and he's a big public figure, and he's like, man, the woman just didn't want to do anything but have kids and cook. He's like, I tried to set her up with a business. I had to call it off. I couldn't see myself. All she wanted to do was be a wife. Now, for some people, that would be awesome. But for the new African man, he need a business partner. So it's just, I can tell, because you guys know I got that gift. For those of you who follow me on here, or Diversified Game, or any of the other shows that I have done, I got a gift, and I can tell that she needs to come and get cleansed in Africa. And she probably needs to come, by herself, or let somebody see her son, let the kid play, like my kids can play all day in Africa. And, we got the house help / family, that's their age, and they can go do whatever they got to do. I don't even see them sometimes when I'm in Africa. Like, I'll wake up, house help got their thing, and they doing their thing. They got their own agenda, and they meet me, wherever they meet me. One time they met me at the bar. I was doing an interview with a video vixen, and my wife and them pulled up. Some of y'all have heard the story. And, my wife and I pulled up, in the video vixen and her manager, beautiful women, but they're like, you invited your kids and your wife? No one's ever done that. I said, man, it's just an interview. And kids are welcome at the bar in Africa, and even the club if you want them to go. Again, if you're connected and you know what you're doing and you belong and you're supposed to be there, Africa can be a breeze. And I'm not saying it's all, butterflies and beer, because you guys might have heard the story. We got caught up in Ethiopia, and we had to, sit at the police station. Not that we were like in a cell or anything, but we had to sit at the police station until they could call the government officials who invited us. So I just don't like all the negative talk, especially for people who should be enjoying if they did the work. But we're seeing even, there was another woman, young girl, who was over there talking bad about Tanzania. Because you don't speak Swahili, it's going to be a little tougher. My first trips to even Europe, can be a little challenging if you don't speak the language. Now, you guys know I flip tongues like I don't even know like who. But I was thinking Cardi B, but I can't go that far. But, I'm going to try to learn as much as the language, at least to get around and order food and not get lost. I say all that to say, be careful who you listen to in Africa. Take it with a grain of salt when people's videos majority seem to have negative, flashy titles. Because for all we know, in all the recent scans in the Gambia, she could be saying the opposite and saying, I didn't have that time. I'm not going to go through it. It's probably not my tribe of person, just the way she's talking. And I don't see the insight, the wisdom of Africa. You could name all the countries. That doesn't mean Africa. You could go to Africa 100 times. It does not mean that you belong there. There's plenty of influencers you guys see travel to Africa. Ask them how much money have they put down. That's the difference between what I'm talking about and what they're talking about. I actually put cash down in Africa. I invest in Africa. I pay money every month to various Africans who work with us, because nobody works for us. So it's a little different, and that's why I'm talking, because the people wanted, Mr. Africa to talk. And when I saw it, I just don't want you guys to say, oh, yeah, I told you them Africans, they sold us. Yep, some of them sold you. And some of them are still there. Off the money that their, our ancestors. Yeah, you were sold. Now what? What's the next step? Everything is based negative in your life due to your mama, your daddy, or slavery. Get over that and get some therapy for real, and then focus on how you can make things better. But I'm not gonna make this too much longer. I'll end this with is, if you go to Africa and you're not prepared and you don't have any connections, and maybe you like that type of travel, know this: your water may be off. Same way if you go to Puerto Rico, water could be cut. Same thing if you go to Jamaica. You won't have Wi-Fi everywhere you go unless you pay. We pay about $80 for the month for at least 2 phones when we go, to have the highest internet and data. You're not going to have that everywhere, especially at a country-run hospital. It's up to you. Extreme ownership. Extreme ownership. It's a great book to read, but it's a better way to live your life. Extreme ownership. To know the rules and regulations, especially if you have your children. Especially if you're responsible for other people. You are then the captain of the ship to know the rules, regulations, what they can and can't do. And you're also to know your rights and to know that they're not going to be the same rights that you have in America. That's what I'm going to leave you with. I'm going to tell you guys, get the course, prepare for my first trip to Africa. It's priced for $20, not because it's a $20 worth of information. It's because I want you all to have it so you won't have to make videos like this. Because again, it's frustrating to not know and be ignorant, but that's part of a lot of our problems in life is, well, I didn't know if you had sex, a baby would come out. I didn't know if he was wearing a condom. I didn't know what the rules were in Ghana before taking my child. Extreme ownership, y'all. It'll take us a long way. You guys, again, be blessed, but use wisdom.
Hi everyone. Have you ever been curious about visiting Africa? Which African country were you interested in? Kenya, Nigeria, Uganda, South Africa, Ethiopia? Which country are you interested in? My good friend, KELLEN Coleman, came up with a course called My First Trip to Africa that'll guide you through this process. It's only $20, and in this course you'll learn about passports, visas, vaccinations that you need before you go there, as well as a budget, how much the trip is going to cost. He also talks about what you should pack, what you should take with you, how you should travel on a budget. Did you know that $100 is worth 1,000 South African rand and over 10,000 Kenyan shillings? So imagine what you can do with $100 back home. I say back home because I'm from Sudan, I'm African, I already know how it's like. I know that, when you convert Canadian and American money, it goes a long way when you're traveling across Africa. So if you're curious, if Africa is a place that you've always wanted to go, always wanted to move there, KELLEN is the person to ask. Check out the course. There's a little preview you can listen to before you actually purchase it. If you're interested in this course, visit www.diversifiedgame.com. Don't miss out.
Hi guys, I'm Kai Gabiam from the Diaspora channel, a lover of Africa. If you love Africa as well and you would love to visit one day or to relocate to Africa, there is a course out there for you. And this course is My First Trip to Africa, a course well put together by a seasoned traveler, KELLEN COLEMAN. This course is designed to prepare you to travel better, which will save you both time and money. And the great news is this course costs only $20, guys. It can't get any better. Go right now and enroll to this course at www.diversifiedgame.com. Don't miss out.
Are you tired of the rat race in America? Are you ready to visit the motherland to relax and rejuvenate? Are you ready to explore all that Africa has to offer? Then check out the brand new Diversified Game Academy course, Prepare for My First Trip to Africa. Are you worried about being able to afford the trip? We got you. We will show you how to travel either on a budget or as a baller. Learn how to stress the value of the USD. Did you know that 100 United States dollars is worth over 1,000 South African rand, or 10,000 Kenyan shillings, or 54,250 West African CFA? Are you worried about taking your kids? Get the game from KELLEN Cash, a bona fide world traveler, having traveled to almost 20 countries, several of those in Africa. Get the game on taking your kids on their first trips. Learn how to find the best tickets, get the visas, and plan your own adventures in Africa. Don't let Eddie Murphy have all the fun. Plan your own coming to Africa trip starring you, produced by you, and featuring you. If you are ready for a life-changing experience, sign up for our course today, Diversified Game Academy. Get prepared and purchase at diversifiedgame.com.